Welcome to Monetize Your Mind with your host, Bob Baer, creator of the More Power to Publish Monetize Your Mind workshop.
And welcome to Monetize Your Mind. This is Pat Dura. Host of the show is Bob Baer. Bob is a serial entrepreneur and a publisher in the Dallas-Fort Worth area that has been helping people get, all the way to bestseller and as we build this Monetizing Your Mind platform. Bob, today's show, I know we want to talk about LinkedIn and how authors can begin to really tap into building their community, because they're going to need that, aren't they, Bob?
Absolutely. I think of being an author as owning a business, and every book is like starting a new business. LinkedIn is for business people, and it's also for authors, for speakers, for celebrities, for professionals.
Very good. And we've got Lucinda Ruch.
Right.
Like book, Rook,
right.
Like book. So Lucinda, and you are, I always affectionately call you the LinkedIn queen, but you are someone that has trained corporations around the country on how to maximize the LinkedIn experience. They'll bring you in, you'll work with their salespeople, their executives, to really maximize the experience. And we're so thankful for you to be on there. And I've known you for a number of years, so it's always great to be with you, especially since you know, I guess, the head of LinkedIn, the guy who founded it?
Co-founder.
Co-founder of LinkedIn. And how has that helped you in your development?
Basically giving you a perspective from the top down, an approach, a strategy for taking it forward, helping other businesses with LinkedIn.
Very good, very good. Well, I know that today's show, Bob, you know, this is your opportunity to really shine how the authors need to build a platform, don't they?
Absolutely. You know, a lot of people hear that word platform.
Yes.
And they think that we're talking about the stage, being on a platform speaking, and that's part of it. But it is all about how you get attention, how you get followers, how do people hear you? And to me, one of the most critical things that people need to know about is LinkedIn, because it's more than Twitter, it's more than Facebook. LinkedIn is, it's like it's custom made for authors and celebrities and speakers. And if you present yourself wrong on LinkedIn, it's like presenting yourself wrong the way you're dressed.
That's right.
And Lucinda, maybe you can tell us a little bit about that. Why is it that LinkedIn is like a first impression for people that are on there?
Well, it's like dress for success. It's like you would never go to an event without knowing how to dress. That is your presence. And so you want to put your best foot forward. A speaker, an author, a coach, a trainer, any of those, you're building your business and your services around your reputation. And so when you go to LinkedIn and you look, you view that person on LinkedIn, you want to make sure the best foot's put forward.
And what you're talking about now is really kind of what their profile is and what their history is. But there's another part of it, and that is the interactions. It's kind of like etiquette. If you went to a nice restaurant, a nice meal, and you didn't know the proper etiquette, you didn't know which fork to use, or you were picking up your soup bowl and slurping, it wouldn't be very nice.
That's right.
And there's an etiquette for LinkedIn, isn't there?
Oh, yes. I mean, there's a professional etiquette that you want to follow, and it's like you said, it's like the slurping of the spoon or the soup. Some people just don't know. And then the other thing is some people get on there and they just accept the default of what LinkedIn puts in front of them. And so, like we all know, when I get an invitation and I see it's the default, it's a sign of being a beginner. It's not the sign of being a professional. It's a sign of being someone who doesn't really know how to participate on LinkedIn, versus those who really have their act together and present that professional persona just like their book or just like their public speaking. It's great when you see it, you know it. And you stand out from the others out there. I mean, with over 250 million people, you have to stand out. You have to be noticed. And that professionalism will show.
And one of the things that I want to talk about, and I know we'll talk about it in later segments for sure, but it's the fact that you're not just connecting with potential readers with LinkedIn, you're connecting with potential publishers, with people who might be part of your team, who might help you publicize, who might help you spread the word. And so there's a level of professionalism.
Oh, there's a level of professionalism. There's also, it's like the good old days when it's not when I meet someone and who do you know, it's also who do they know. So if you're writing a book and a publisher comes through and says, you know, I'd like to get to know you, well, guess what? You're probably not only getting to know that publisher, but think of the network they bring, the team, if you will, the team that can contribute to your book, to publishing you, engaging others, building that network. It's an awesome tool.
There's another statement that I think is really important. They used to say, what's important is who you know.
Right.
Now I've heard somebody say, what's important is who wants to know you.
Yes.
And that's a big part of LinkedIn, isn't it?
Yes, yes. I mean, there's always invitations coming in saying, I'd like to get to know you, and here's the reason why. Those are the professional ones. They let you know what's in it for them, what's in it for both of them. Those are, LinkedIn is the most awesome tool. If you think about how much networking you can do on LinkedIn in that same amount of time as face-to-face, there's nothing more powerful.
One of the things that we need to do is we're going to have to go to our sponsors. But I want to say, if you're interested in connecting in this area, by all means, send them an invite on LinkedIn. They'll learn you right, so to speak, as we say down here in Texas. We'll be right back.
You can become a published author. Discover a system that will lead you from idea to having your book on the bookshelves. Bob Baer pulls back the curtain at the More Power to Publish workshop. Watch and learn how to follow the step-by-step plan to turn your idea into a published book. Learn more at morepowertopublish.com.